Hi, everybody. Alida Zweidler-McKay with ZM Coach, where we're all about helping you take your career to the next level, whether that's moving up in your current organization or getting a job somewhere else. So today I want to talk to you about sort of two versions of stuck that can really bog down your career. And the reason that they can do that is because they're kind of insidious. So I want to give you this information so that you can kind of take a look and see if these might be some of the things that are holding you back in your career, so that you can do something about it if that's the case. So the first one is the I don't know what I want to do next dilemma. This is that feeling that people get when they are just really not sure what their next move should be. Should they move up in their current organization? Should they move on somewhere else? Do they want to go somewhere to a different kind of field altogether? It's the I don't know what I want quandary. And there's nothing wrong with not being sure about what you want. We work with plenty of clients who come into us in that position, like they're just not quite sure. And part of what we do is help unpack what they want, help them figure that out, work them through processes that help them get really clear about that. But I would say a lot of people stay in that place where they stay stuck in the I don't know. They think I can't get a coach to help me with my career because I don't know what I want, or I can't take an action to move forward toward my career because I don't know what I want. And that sense of stuck in their career can lead to all kinds of other stuff, right? Like, I don't know what I want in my career. So that means I don't really know where I want to live. So that means I don't really know, um, you know, whether to buy a new car or wait until I move, or, there's like all these different things that you can pile up together that can all get caught in that sort of I don't know. And they can become kind of chicken and egg depending on what order you put them in. So where you're kind of, I can't get a new car because we might move, but we might not move because I don't know what. Anyway, however that looks for you. And the real problem with the I don't know what I want kind of spot is that it can feel kind of comfortable in a weird way. Sure, you're stuck, you're not moving forward, you're telling yourself that your career isn't going where you want, but I don't know what I want can actually be kind of a comfortable place to sit relative to the risk that you can feel when you start to put a stake in the ground and you start to say what you want. So here's the thing. Once you decide what you want and you decide to go for it, all of a sudden there's a risk that it might happen. And then what if I'm not ready? Or what if I'm not good at it? Or there's a risk that it won't happen. And then what if I don't get what I want? And what if I'm heartbroken? If you're back in that place of, I don't know what I want, then you haven't taken either of those risks yet. You haven't stepped out onto that platform. So there's less risk available to you in that spot, which means it can be really comfortable. And that can be a reason to stay there. So one of the things that we work with our clients on is how to get out of that comfort zone and how to really start exploring to learn what they want so that they can come to that place. And actually, we also work on the confidence and like how to be ready for the risks so that if you put a stake in the ground and you go for it and it's not working out, you have the tools to not be devastated by that, to not take it so personally, to keep at it until you get what you want. So that's one of the places where I think people get, stuck and may not even feel stuck in that place of, I don't know what I want. There's another version of that. So there's like a passive version of that where you're just staying in that question of I don't know what I want. There's a more active version, and the active version is what you might be familiar with as analysis paralysis. That's where somebody starts researching a million different options, and they're talking to these kind of people and those kind of people and looking at these kind of jobs and those jobs and those jobs and those jobs and putting the resume out to a whole bunch of different ones. And it's a similar kind of I don't know what I want sort of stuck pattern, but it's a really active one. So that's insidious too, because you feel like you're doing all this stuff and you're taking all these steps and making all this, putting all this energy out there. But if you don't know what you want or you don't have a strategy behind that kind of exploration or that analysis, chances are it's not going to be very efficient or very effective. And so it'll be like a lot of motion and a lot of action, but not a lot of progress, not a lot of forward movement. And again, it's that eddy that spot where you're just spinning around that feels so much safer because while you're spinning around in the eddy, there's no chance that you're going to go over the waterfall, right? But once you start paddling down that stream, we don't really know what we're going to hit. We don't know how it's going to go. And that's why it's so helpful to have somebody who can be working with you through that process, both to help you figure out, what is it that you do want and to help you put a strategy around all that action so that it's really effective and it's got some direction to it, but then also so that you've got the mindset and you've got the mentality that helps you ride those rapids. Because looking for a job, again, whether that's trying to move up in your current company or going somewhere else, takes a fair amount of resilience. It is a mental game. There are ups and downs. You're going to go over that rock and feel really great about it. And then you're going to go down into the water and you're going to get dumped and feel like a wet rat. And knowing how to weather that, knowing how to move through that is part of what makes it easier to take those risks and to put yourself out there and to kind of put a stake in the ground and say, this is what I'm going for. And that's where a really good coach can help you, because a good coach can help you with all those strategies to clarify what you want and then take the right kind of actions that are going to help you get there. But they're also going to help you with the resilience and the grit and the performance mindset that's going to make that possible so that you don't give up on your goal too soon, or you don't get too discouraged and just give up and go back to the I don't know what I want. If you're in that spot, if you notice from what I've been telling you that you're stuck in either one of those versions of I don't know, kind of in your comfort zone, and you're ready to maybe start moving out of that, maybe explore what that could look like, get on the phone with us. You'll talk to my colleague or Anne-Marie or with me, and we'll get on the phone with you for about 45 minutes. We'll talk to you about, what is it you want in your career, where you want to go. If you don't know yet, that's okay. We'll talk to you about that. And then, kind of we'll talk to you about what it would look like to work with us and how we could support you through that so that you could come out the other side with a real decision, a real pathway, a real plan, and ultimately that next move for you, whether that's a move up, a move sideways, a move to a new thing. No wrong answers. You get to decide, but we can help you figure out what that's going to look like for you. So book a call with us and let's have that conversation and let's get you out of the eddies and into the stream. Take care.